Hello and welcome to Indian Markets Unveiled, a podcast where we decode the Indian financial markets. Here we discuss the long and short of key things that one needs to look into for the trading session. Let us start with the global markets update. The US market recorded a decent move on the higher side aided by dovish commentary coming from Fed officials during the previous session. The frontline US market indices S&P 500 and Dow Jones recorded gains of nearly 0.5%. The cool-off in Treasury yield also supported the rally in the US market, and the 10-year bond yield is trading at 4.62%. On the earnings front, PepsiCo reported better than expected numbers, and the company lifted its forecast as price hikes likely to support the profitability. The Asian markets is trading largely in positive on account of positive handover coming from US market and China mulling new fiscal stimulus to support the growth. Hong Kong is trading 200 points higher, Japan is trading around a 150 point on an up move, and South Korea is trading with an uptick of around 2.5%. So the global sentiment is looking to be bullish, but investors should be mindful about the key economic data points such as producers' inflation and minutes of the last FOMC meeting. So there is a lot of economic indicative action which is doing the rounds in the global market which one needs to consider. On the commodity front, Brent crude oil prices remain elevated at $87 per barrel as the supply disruption continues to persist amid geopolitical concerns. The safe haven prices also remain firm at $1,860 per ounce. In the commodity market, a lot is going to depend on geopolitical developments. The investors are hoping for de-escalation, but ground reality indicates intensified war environment between Israel and Hamas, which might continue to persist in the near term. However, the spread of the war in the West Asia remains a lower risk. On the domestic front, Indian markets concluded the previous session sharply higher in an unexpected manner. Though our last podcast highlighted the bullish sentiment, but investors were surprised with the trading move coming from the benchmark indices. The Nifty 50 benchmark ended with gains of around 177 points, aided by positive support coming from banking and IT stocks during the session. However, the real move came in from the Nifty Realty Index, which was up more than 4% as the real estate companies reported strong quarterly sales update. In terms of stock-specific moves, Coal India, Adani Ports and Bharti Airtel were the top gainers, and IndusInd Bank, Cipla and TCS were amongst the top losers. On the fund side, FIs sold nearly 1,000 crore, while DIS bought around 1,963 crores. After the strong move that was recorded during the previous trading session, investors should be mindful of the key events awaited for the market, ranging from earnings to macroeconomic data points. IMF revised India's FY24 GDP forecast upward to 6.3% and highlighted India as a shining star. Also, CLSA turned overweight on India while raising concerns on valuations. These developments are likely to turn the global flows for India even stronger over the medium to long term. On the earnings side, there would be a strong focus on TCS as the street would specifically look at management's commentary on the discretionary side of the business to understand the demand environment. During the opening hours today, Indian market benchmark opened with gains of around 100 points, whereas the broader market indices, Nifty Small Cap and Nifty Mid Cap, are trading with gains of over 1%. On the sectoral front, Nifty Healthcare, Nifty Consumer Durable and Nifty Private Bank are leading the pack. After these sharp moves on the frontline indices, the key question is if Indian markets can sustain these gains ahead of key earnings for TCS, Infosys and HCL Technologies, which are awaited in the coming days, and consequently, IT would be under focus. So investors are cautioned from taking leveraged bets at these levels and be mindful of the impact of these events. Now coming on to the stock-specific news, the Reserve Bank of India instructed Bank of Baroda to halt the enrollment of new customers on its BOB World app due to specific supervisory issues. The bank has taken action to address these concerns by addressing deficiencies in its app and is committed to collaborating closely with the RBI to resolve the concerns swiftly. The Bombay High Court has temporarily halted the enforcement and execution of the arbitral award for Thermax. The court specified that the company must deposit 218 crore, which will be returned with interest if the award is overturned by the court. Zee Entertainment is another one which is in focus as the company is facing an appeal from IDBI Trusteeship Services filed with the NCLAT in Delhi. This appeal questions the arrangement scheme that includes Zee Entertainment Enterprises, Bangla Entertainment, and Culver Max Entertainment. Wipro has concluded the purchase of a 9.95% ownership interest in FPEL Ujjwal. FPEL Ujjwal excels in developing, constructing, and proficiently managing an array of solar power assets. Coming on to another company which is doing the rounds on the back of news-based impact is Samvardhana Motherson International, as the company has established Motherson Group's Investment USA Inc. as an indirectly wholly owned subsidiary. The purpose of this entity is to acquire, invest in, and hold both movable and immovable assets for the group. So these are the stocks which are doing the rounds on the back of news, where we see banks and financials, we also see media, we also see IT companies, and of course, there is a lot happening on the sector-specific front where automobile, IT, banks, financials are the sectors which one needs to consider. With this, we come to the wrap of Indian Markets Unveiled for today's session. To sum it up, the sentiment for risky asset is looking positive on account of favorable handover coming from the global markets. However, it would be interesting to see if we can build up on these moves in the coming days. The driving factors of market would be the earnings number and key CPI inflation data awaited this week. Nevertheless, irrespective of market conditions, research is the backbone of successful portfolio creation. Wealth creation is an art we understand. We at Deven Choksi have our exclusive research services which are powerful and successful. To avail our exclusive research services, we invite you to join us. Just click on the link below and you're done. Fill in your basic details and our team will reach out to you. So don't wait further and embark on the wealth building adventure together. Thank you.